Hello everyone, my name is Debbie Jones-Snyders and I'm from the Hopedale Presbyterian Church. I'm delighted to welcome children and families to our church school lessons and crafts. Story is Moses and the Burning Bush, and this is adapted from Mission Bible class with images by Sweet Imaging and free Bible images. So we have some coloring activities, and our craft is the burning bush. And we also have a number of activities, word search, mazes, etc. that you can access. So our story. Our story is about Moses and the burning bush. And there are lots of parents and teachers that ask us to do some little jobs. Things like making our bed or doing our homework. And sometimes we offer excuses to get out of them. And do we ever complain? Oh, maybe, probably. In today's story of Moses and the burning bush, God asked Moses to do some work. So let's find out what Moses did. Because Moses was adopted by the daughter of Pharaoh, he grew up in the palace where he received education and all of Egyptian knowledge. Moses was brought up as a prince. Moses knew that he was actually a member of a Hebrew family. Being Hebrew means that you are a Jew. You're a descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. If you were a Hebrew or a Jew, then you were called a child of Israel. You were an Israelite. Moses saw the Hebrew people were unfairly treated. And one day, when he had become a grown man, he was watching his people as they worked for one of the Egyptian taskmasters. Moses saw one of the Egyptians beating a Hebrew. Moses killed the Egyptian and buried him in the sand. So when the word was spread about the killing, Pharaoh heard it and planned to have Moses killed. Moses fled to the land of Midian, where he rested by a well. And 7 daughters of a priest of Midian came to draw water from that well for their father's flocks. Some shepherds drove the girls away from the well, but Moses came to the daughters' rescue. He helped them water their flock, and the girls told their father about the man who helped him. Moses was invited to their home, and he stayed and eventually married Zipporah, one of the daughters. For 40 years, Moses was a shepherd. Now back in Egypt, the people of God were crying out for help because of their slavery. God heard their cries, and he remembered his promise to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They would be a great nation and would have their own land. God was planning to choose someone to lead his people to freedom. One day, as Moses watched his father-in-law's sheep, he saw a bush on fire. The fire seemed to come up out of the middle of the bush, but the bush didn't burn up. It just kept burning and burning. Moses went to the bush, and as he went closer, a voice called, "Moses, Moses." "Here I am," said Moses, even more surprised. "Do not come any closer," the voice said. "Take off your shoes. This is holy ground. I am God." Moses did what the Lord told him to do. "I know all the trouble my people are having in Egypt," God said. "I want you to ask the king to let my people leave Egypt and go to a new land that I have for them." "Oh no," cried Moses. "I can't do that. I am nobody. How can I talk to a king?" God said, "I will go with you, Moses. But what will I tell the people? What if they want to know who you are?" Moses asked. "Tell them I sent you to lead them out of Egypt. Tell them I am who I am," God answered. When Moses was worried that the people would not believe the things he said, God answered, See the staff or stick in your hands? When you throw the staff down, it will turn into a snake. When you pick the snake up by the tail, it will turn back into a staff. Then the Lord told Moses to put his hand into his cloak and pull it out again. Moses' healthy hand had turned into a diseased hand with leprosy. And when the Lord told him to put it back in his cloak, the hand became well again. Moses, if they still don't believe you, then take some water out of the Nile River and pour it on the ground. The water will turn into blood. They will believe you then. Even though the Lord had answered all of Moses' questions, Moses still had another excuse. But I can't talk well, Moses said. Moses, who made your mouth? I did. I will help you talk, said God. Finally, Moses said, Oh Lord, please send someone else. The Lord was angry with Moses. Moses was only offering excuses to not do what the Lord said. I will tell you, Aaron, your brother, to help too. I will tell you what to say. Aaron will help you say it. Moses didn't understand all that God wanted him to do. He thought it was too hard for him, but God had promised to help him. What do you think Moses did next? Moses obeyed God and prepared to make the long trip back to Egypt. So we have several activities depending on your age level and ability. You'll need to print the templates. There are 2 coloring pictures. And you can do both of them or pick the one you like best. You can use a variety of things to color with, such as crayons, markers, or colored pencil. The craft is the burning bush. And you will need a clear cup, like this one, pieces of tissue paper. I cut out orange, yellow, and red. You'll need scissors and glue. And if you have a tea light, that will give a really great effect for the burning bush. So what you need to do is cut out tissue paper, and you can make little tongues of fire, like I did. If you do little triangles, you can make little tongues of fire. Then use a glue stick would be best, but glue all inside the clear cup. And then you put different colors, the yellow, the red, the orange tongues of fire inside the glued cup. And then you can take a Sharpie and write, "Here I am," just like what Moses did. He told God, "Here I am," when God called him. So you can put that on the cup. Now, if you have a little small, tiny flashlight or a tea light, you can put that inside the cup. I forgot mine today, so I'm going to put a flashlight under the cup so you can see what it would look like. turn to the flashlight on, and there we go. There is the burning bush. Okay. I just need to turn this off now. So we have other activities for you as well. So we have a word search or maze and maze. We have a crossword. We have a coded activity and a word scramble. And I have the answers for you there, so you won't have to worry about that. So this week, remember, God may call us to do important work for Him, and He will give us the tools to do that work. Let us use our ears and our heart to listen to God. Remember when God called Moses, Moses said, "Here I am." This should be our response to God's call. Here I am. Have a great week.